I'm going to reveal to you what my 6-month hair transplant results actually looks like. Okay, you ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to today's video where I'm going to show you my 6-month FUE hair transplant results. Now, if you want to see my updates up until this point, I'll put a link somewhere up here to the series that we're going through at the moment. I'll show you my day 1 to 14, I think, and my 3-month results and stuff. So if you want to follow that along and see where I'm at each stage, then yeah, click the series link that is going to be up here somewhere. Before I get into this and show you my results, I'm assuming that most of you watching this will be contemplating getting a hair transplant, which is why you're, doing your research. And I just want to say right off the bat that I have absolutely no regrets whatsoever in making the decision to go ahead and do it. Ever since I can remember, I've always loved styling my hair and trialing different haircuts and different hair products and all that sort of thing. I mean, even back in school when I used to get too hot, I didn't want to take my jumper off over my head because I didn't want to spoil my hairstyle from what I'd styled that morning, which is crazy to think about it actually looking back. Looking at my family history and the men in my family tree, I knew that one day I would lose my hair. And I remember saying to my dad, I don't want to lose my hair. And he said, when you're old enough that you're going to start losing your hair, there'll probably be a procedure where you can just spray it on and you'll be fine. And although that is sort of true, I guess a hair transplant is the next best thing. Now, for those of you that know me and have seen all my previous videos, you'll know that my hair wasn't at a point where I was desperately in need of a hair transplant. I didn't just have like 3 hairs and that was it and I was trying to salvage it. No, it wasn't that bad. My hairline's always been sort of like a widow's peak where it comes down to a point in the middle. And so therefore when I did start to recede, it made it look worse than what it actually was. To me it did anyway. And what I found was I was actually styling my hair to cover up the fact that I was going bald rather than actually enjoying styling my hair like I used to. And that's probably what got to me the most. In the end, the decision to get a hair transplant was actually dead easy, given the fact that I could afford to do it and the procedure was relatively low risk, meant that, yeah, I was gonna go ahead and do it. Now, if the procedure was high risk, things could have gone wrong and I don't know, it's got a high chance that you wouldn't have guaranteed results, then I probably wouldn't have done it and I would have just learned to enjoy to be a skinhead. But given the fact that it wasn't, I just, it was a no-brainer, I was going to get it done. So I ended up choosing a company called KSL Clinic, and 2 reasons why I chose them. 1 is it was relatively close to home, and 2, because they had loads of celebrity clients that had their hair done with them. And yes, I could have gone to Turkey and got it done much cheaper, but it wasn't close to home, and to me it just seemed like a bit more effort to go and get it done. I wanted to just be able to pop there, get it done and come home. And so yeah, that was the reason for choosing KSL Clinic. And why do I care that celebrities had their hair done by them? Well, because you can see their results. You can easily track them down on Instagram or see them on TV, and you can actually see what their results are like in real life. If the results are some random people and people that aren't necessarily known, then you see the images that are given to you by the clinic and you don't know if they're photoshopped or the best lighting or whatever. They could be optimized in some way, and to actually know what the real life results are is harder to understand. So the fact that celebrities had it done meant that that was easy, and I could then go, I like that, I like what they've done, decision made. One thing I realised I haven't done yet before I reveal my hairline is I haven't actually asked you to subscribe to the channel or even like the video. If to this point the information has been useful, please give the video a thumbs up. And if you want to join the channel and some other stuff that I get up to, then subscribe. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything. Okay, right, enough talking now. I'm going to reveal to you what my 6-month hair transplant results actually looks like. Okay, you ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh. What do we think? Do you like it? Good? I'm quite pleased. For 6 months, I think it's grown quite a lot. I have dyed it, as you can see, but I don't think it's, I think it suits me, the blonde. If you're thinking I bought a wig just for that joke, it's from a fancy dress that I did recently, so it was there and I thought I'd make use of it. But anyway, here it is. Here's my hairline. So I do desperately need a haircut, but ignore that. So there it is. So you would have seen obviously in the screen that I've put what it used to look like and sort of the progress. But as you can see, that is my hairline now. Now before, it would have followed where my finger is there, here. So it's kind of this whole corner here. So all of this is new transplant hair. All of that thin sort of wispy a bit here. Now, for the first time in a while, I can actually start to wear my hair. I mean, I've got nothing in at the moment. I've literally just showered it. But for the first time in a while, I can actually sort of wear my hair up. Before, when I just had it done, what I was doing is I was sort of styling it. So again, it was just the sides were sort of falling down to try and cover up the transplant. But now it's coming through a lot more. You can see on this side, you know, you can almost not tell the difference between the transplant and my original hair. Now, in real life, I have to say, it looks thinner than what you can see on the camera at the moment. The camera actually makes it look better than what it is. But I'm so pleased with it. And, you know, as long as I don't just slick my hair all the way back, then you can almost not tell I've had it done. But I don't mean that as in it's not good. I mean, you can tell I haven't had it done as in it looks so natural. And I'm only 6 months in. So I'm really, really pleased with the results of it so far. A few things that I'm seeing is it's still a bit red. Now I've got, I guess you call it sensitive skin. And so it is still a little bit red underneath. Whether that will ever go or not, I'm unsure. But it's just a little bit red. But you know, once the hair's a bit thicker, you'd never notice that anyway. So one thing that I did ask them to do when I had the procedure done was to try and soften my widow's peak. So before it was quite a harsh point that it would come to in the middle here. And so obviously my natural hairline would go like that, so you don't want a completely straight line because then that would just look odd. So instead they've sort of softened it. So there's still a slight peak there, but I mean that to me is a pretty damn straight hairline. Definitely compared to what it was anyway. Before I went there and actually had it done, you'll laugh at this, and I'll show you some pictures of it on the screen now, is me and my brother decided to draw my hairline on before I had it done. And the reason I wanted to do that is I didn't want to be making that decision on the day. I didn't want to be going, right, how do I want my hairline to look when the procedure was going to be done in a matter of moments. So I thought, let's draw a hairline on and see what it looks like. Do I want it to be completely straight? Do I want it to have it, you know, a slight curve to it? How far in do I want to bring it? All these sorts of things I wanted to try and figure out before the actual day, which to be honest, although it sounds funny, and as you can see the images of using an eyebrow pencil was a bit silly, it served me well because you know, during COVID is when I had it done, so I couldn't have people in the room to make that decision with me. He drew the hairline on and I then had to give it the okay on the spot, and then they go ahead and do it. Now I did FaceTime my brother once they'd drawn the hairline on and said, what do you think? Does this look good? Shall I go ahead? And he was like, yes, go ahead and do it. So they did only draw it on the once. But I would actually encourage you to do what I did and draw it on before you go, just so you don't have to make that decision, you know, 10 minutes before you have the procedure done, because then you will panic. Trust me, you'll panic because you'll be excited to have it done and all these things will rush through your head. So just make sure you have that decision prepared before you go. Alright, well this is the point where I thank you for watching the video. I will be doing one more video in this series, which will be a 1 year update, so you won't see another video now for another 6 months on my hairline. I will be doing plenty of videos though between now and then, so if you want to see them, please subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be sharing a lot more entertainment, I guess, on the channel this year going into YouTube. So I know fitness has been my main focus previously, throwing in a couple of other elements. Now I'm going to be trying to share more entertainment and a little bit more of my life. So if that sounds interesting to you, then please subscribe to the channel, and I hope that you enjoy the videos in the future. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up to let me know that you liked it. And I've also, as I say, linked the series to this whole fight against going bald in the description, and it'll be up here somewhere anyway. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.